Hello everyone and welcome, my name is SVPKingBee and today we're gonna be starting a Pokemon Randomizer Nuzlocke in black version. And this is gonna be a bit of fun. I haven't actually done a Randomizer Nuzlocke before, and I think this is gonna be pretty fun. No idea what to expect just yet. I'm just gonna rush through the beginning and I'm gonna get Siri to select our starter Pokemon. Oh, apologies, I'm not clicked on it. So we're just beginning our little stream up now, and we're gonna, get all this going and see how we go. But basically, yes, I get to pick my first Pokemon, opening the gift box, and I believe I bought you 3 Pokemon, one for you and one for each of your friends. Please settle your choices politely. Enjoy your Pokemon, Professor Juniper. Alright, I believe I have randomized 3 Pokemon. Holy crap! Oh my gosh! Oh, I hope Siri picks number 2. The music and audio is doing some annoying things. Alright, so we have a choice between Scrafty, Kyogre, and Terrakion. I promise you this is randomized. Promise you, I did not pick 2 legendaries. Look, I was gonna let Siri pick, but I feel like that because there's no one in the stream to start with right now, I feel like if I just pick this Pokemon... I'm turning down the music. I'm very sorry. I might have to put on different music soon. I was gonna let Siri pick, but since we've ended up with... I'm just gonna see what Siri picks anyway, and then pick Scrafty. Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 3.
A random number between 1 and 3 is 1.
Well, I'll be damned. Scrafty it is. Oh, man, this is hilarious. I'm picking Scrafty. Thank you. Yes, it's the Pokemon I want. Now, I am not 100% sure why. Because outside of those moments, this works perfectly. And it's getting a little annoying, to be honest. So, here's a Pokemon randomizer. Of course you did, Jaren. Let's have a battle. Let's send out... Scrafty I don't care about. Let's send out the Pokemon that is bigger than my house to fight us in my bedroom. Hello everyone, my name is SVPKingBee, and today we are going to be playing the Pokemon Black Randomiser Nuzlocke. Now, I actually just did one. I just started the stream and had to restart it because my emulator was giving me a lot of trouble. You might have even heard it just then on the zoom in scene, so we may have some moments where the audio is just a little wacky because it's a little slow. So I apologize in advance if that is the case. But today we're actually in I'm actually fairly happy with what we got because I purposely reset the emulator, and if you're wondering why, it's because I couldn't possibly have predicted what I already got. So I fixed up the emulator, and then I went, I couldn't fake the reaction a second time kind of thing, as in, like, my reaction was so genuine. In the first random section, received the choice between a Scrafty, a Kyogre, and a Terrakion. I was laughing my ass off. Oh, did I accidentally press B? I did, didn't I? Options. I just wanted to change the text speed while we're here. Confirm, that'll do. So yes, I purposely quit and re-randomized in order to get something a little more funny. I've bought you Pokemon. Share them and be nice to each other is basically what she just said. So, yeah, so it's still slowing down. I sincerely apologize. Granados, Magikarp, oh god, and Corsola. This could be brutal already. Corsola is fun. Magikarp is awful. Granados is probably my personal pick, but I decided to leave it up to Siri. Hey Siri! Hey Siri! Pick a number between 1 and 3.
A random number between 1 and 3 is 2.
Just to prove. So she said 2, which is Granados, but just to prove the point. Hey Siri! Hey Siri! Pick a number between 1 and 3.
A random number between 1 and 3 is 3.
She will pick 1 or 3, even though I said between 1 and 3. So, she said 2, we get Granados, which thankfully I was hoping for, so that's fine. And the audio is fixed, hooray. I'm really hoping that doesn't happen too much. If it does, I'm going to stop the stream again, and I'll only record this, I guess, which is a shame. Let's have a Pokemon battle, yeah! They're little and weak. That's right, Bianca. See, that wasn't bad. I don't know what it is about that spot, like these two spots, right? No, I don't think I can continue. This is really annoying. I'm gonna remove that. I'm actually really disappointed. Yeah, we can't play with this. I'm really frustrated, so I need to find myself... I need to... you're gonna have to forgive me, it's all paused now. So, I don't really know why it's doing that. What if I do this? Nope, that's a lot worse. We're not using those settings. So I'm really sorry you have to hear this while... Excuse me. Because it's acting really strange, and I'd fixed up the emulator before. It's a real shame this is happening. It seems to be doing alright now. Let's have a look. Okay, I'm not too sure that I'm going to be able to continue with this particular thing. Hey King, how you doing? I feel like I'm not going to be able to continue with this emulator the way that it's going. So we'll have to wait and see, because it's being a little bit iffy with how it's handling the what's the word that I'm thinking of? How it's handling everything. Let's see how we go. I may have to stop. Or I may have to stop early, which I don't want to do because the emulator is not behaving like it was when earlier. So let's hope that that fixes itself soon. Let's see if this battle here, let's see if it still does all of those jittery, jerky things. I may have to stop, which I really don't want to do just to try to fix this. No, it's not doing that? Great, then we can continue. Alright, so... First thing that happened to catch anyone up who's joined just now, the choice of the first 3 Pokemon in the randomizer was Granados, Corsola, and Granados, Corsola, and Magikarp. And I got Siri to give me a random number between 1 and 3. She chose Granados, and I was ever so grateful. Yeah, I'm having a pretty good one, King. How about yourself? Yeah, I'm forever grateful. I would have taken a Corsola, I didn't mind. Magikarp would have been a real tough time to start off a challenge, though. So I'm forever grateful. The randomizer is that the trainers will always have random Pokemon. There are random encounters in every patch of grass. And of course, we're doing Nuzlocke rules, so first run in the route. So yes, so looking forward to how that goes. Finished up homework, eh? What class was the homework for? Yeah, Magikarp. I have seen people do challenges with Magikarps before. In order to raise it near the beginning, you basically have to splash 40 times and then struggle through encounters until you hit level 15 just to learn Tackle. I can't remember if in this generation they had changed it so it learnt Flail. I can't quite remember, so that's a whole thing of it in itself. Not too sure. But either way, you still have to grind a Magikarp that only knows Splash up to learn a move that it can attack with before you can even move on with the challenge. Otherwise, how do you play? Oh yes, the cross transceiver. So it's been a while since I've played Generation 5, so making all of this work. Oh yes, I'm gonna go say hello to the professor. The professor gives you the option to nickname the starter in this gen, right? Oh, that's pretty cool. College history course. That's awesome. Is it? So forgive me because I'm in Australia, so the way we do like college, or as we call it, university, is a little different. How does that work? Like, how does that sort of course work? As in, you're taking essentially an advanced study. Is that the idea? Oh, Bianca. I need to go see Bianca. That's right. Yeah, so I did test this. Oh, hey, that's handy. I didn't know it did that. I've just ooh, it's also overexposed in the capture. That's interesting. Alright, that's alright. So Bianca's parents don't want her to go, or her dad doesn't want her to go. I may still have to work on this emulator, but for now I'll let it run. As long as it's running and not giving me a lot of stops and starts, I think I'll handle it. Alright, so we talked to the professor, and I believe she gives us the opportunity to nickname our Pokemon. Yes, thank you. Alright, so Granados. I forget what you're based on. Like, this Tyrantrum's the T-Rex. This is more of a Iguanodon, I think. So I'll call it Iguana. And if it's not an Iguanodon, I'm still calling it Iguana. A Iguana, no. Wait, I can use my mouse for that. I forget that it's attached to the touchpad. Again, haven't done this for a long time. Not an advanced course, but one of the classes needed for your requirement for your grade. Oh, that's cool. Oh, cool. So forgive me if I'm misunderstanding it. The idea is that it's your essentially it's a prerequisite. If I understand correctly. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Are you doing other classes over the summer, or is it just the history course? I'm actually about to start, like, for myself, I'm actually about to start the next semester of my course in, like, a week. So, like, I'm sitting there thinking, oh man, it's all about to kick off again. So, yeah, like, it can get pretty busy once you start at the college level. Because you just go from semester to semester. So we get the... Yep, no need to tidy up, that's fine. Alright, I think once we get to the route, it's going to be a little bit more behaving. That's right, and she wants us to take the first step together. I can't quite remember with this one when we get... Did we get the Pokeballs already? Yeah, yeah, there you go. I mean, that's cool though. 6-week semester is pretty cool. So yeah, you get it done pretty quickly. Does that mean it's really intensive though? Because like I sit there and thinking, you know, 10 weeks for a normal like trimester or psychology. So psychology and law. Does that mean that you would specialize in law or specialize in psychology? As in, would you be trying to do that as a like? And again, I'm sorry if I phrase this question weirdly, but like, as in, you'd be trying to do like be a psychologist and like specialize in court, like law and court cases and that kind of thing, or do you want to be a lawyer but have a psychology background? Does she give us our Pokeballs here? I think it's here. I really can't remember at this point. Yep, first use. Yes, okay, we get our Pokeballs. So the challenge officially begins now. And we will go and find our first Pokemon in the grass, dead ahead. Let's see what random Pokemon we get now. Yeah, this emulator's been a little interesting. Like I did start this stream a little bit ago and had far worse issues, and so reset the emulator completely. And I actually re-randomized the ROM because it was an absolutely hilarious start where I had a choice between a Scrafty, a Kyogre, and a Terrakion. And I just went, no. The reaction was too good, and I was not gonna... Ooh, Vanillite. Ooh, okay. Level 2 Vanillite. I don't think I can attack this without killing you. Judge or a lawyer using a cycle... Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, like that. Yeah, that'd be a really awesome, an awesome pathway to take. Hey, like, do you, like, from what you're aiming at, would the idea be, how to phrase it? Would the idea be that you'd want to make an influence, as a psychological, like with that psychology thing, or is the idea that you focus on those sorts of cases? I'm not quite sure how judging works. As a lawyer, I understand that you would be able to specialize a bit more, but as a judge, for instance, would you be able to specialize in that way as a with that psychological background? I'm not going to attack. I don't like that it's level 2. I don't know that we can catch this if I attack it. Hey, awesome. I love when things get caught really quickly. I don't want to be boring and call it ice cream, but, I mean... What is it? It eventually becomes Vanilla X, doesn't it? So let's just call it 2 scoops. Hang on, I can click. Yes. That is faster. Love that. 2 scoops, our vanilla. We don't have running shoes yet, that's fine. Let's swap around. Let's start switch leveling it straight away so that we can try. I mean, we kind of get pretty lucky having want to at least have one battle before we move along. A Jinx. Ooh, that could have been an interesting one. Vanilla, yeah, Vanilla could have been a very interesting one. So Vanillite's interesting as it is, but I think, yeah, Jinx could have been a... What attacks did it have? I didn't even see it. It didn't attack. Just Icicle Spear. Yeah, let's just go back to Cranidos and let Iguana. So, while I think about it, how does the history course fit into the degree? Like, is the idea that as you study the history of case, how does it fit into the course? Is it to do with studying the history of legal cases and that kind of thing, or is it like studying history, or like foundational history? Alright, so we can headbutt the Jinx. Oh man, level 2. Level 2 Pokemon doing all that. That's cool. Floating between child development and lore. That is really cool. Like, that'd be a really interesting area actually, because, I mean, I can't claim to know much about those fields, so I won't. But like, I do have a an uncle who is in family law, and so I know that one of the things he talks about is the impact of children in that kind of scenario, to the children in that kind of scenario. So having that background would actually be really, really fascinating. Like, I can't claim to know enough about it to really like say anything particular about it, but it's just cool that I think that'd be a very, very interesting field, and one where you could make a really positive difference. Hey, like, good job, man. Okay, yes, I forgot we have to do the Pokemon Center tour. I like that they skip this in Sword and Shield. Actually lets you skip a fair bit. Actually, I've learned recently that when you do a Nuzlocke, well, because of doing a Nuzlocke. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yes, please heal my Pokemon. When I did a Nuzlocke in Sword and Shield with a friend of mine, we started, because we caught a Pokemon on the first route, Leon doesn't tell you how to catch a Pokemon, so they actually skip some of it. And I know for the Pokemon Center, you can just say, yes, I've been in one before, and Hop doesn't explain it to you. It's nice to have more of those skippable things in the generation. Mind you, this isn't too bad. I always thought it was around about Pokemon Diamond and Pearl that they really started to take a hold of the. My mind is working slower than I want it to today. Where they started to overtake you at the start, but this has actually been relatively quickly. Alright, let's just get... Yeah, let's get a bunch of those, and we'll need some more potions. The rest in potions. Use all my money. History prerequisite for transferring to the next 4-year university because you're at a smaller junior college. Gotcha. Okay, understand. Like, awesome. How? So is the degree that you're doing will be 4 years, or is it going to be 4 years and then further schooling after that? Oh, yeah, wow, they introduced Team Plasma this early. It has been so long since I played Pokemon Black or White. Gestus, Team Plasma, Pokemon Liberation. Oh, that's right. That's right, they wanted Pokemon Freedom forever, like Pokemon Freedom. So... not enslavement for the Pokemon, which is interesting because I wonder why. I've never thought about it. I wonder why Pokemon went in this direction, because like obviously that's been a big, almost joke about. I say joke. It's been a bit of a joke about the series. It's like, yes, we'll catch and fight our pets for money. But like, yeah, to actually have that as a theme in one of your evil teams is really actually quite fascinating. I do recall that this has the Distortion World in it at the end, I think. I haven't done that in a long time. They introduced it really early. Man, I'm not used to this. It's been a long time since I've had the introduction like that early to the evil team and oh, we're fighting him. N is cool. I really like N as a Poliwrath. Oh, okay. Poliwrath. Okay. I'm not too happy about this battle. What am I gonna do against a Poliwrath? I have to try, but I'm not too sure that this is gonna be. Okay, I managed to not get hit by submission. That's a start, but submission is going to be a pretty powerful move against my starter. And all right, we already lost. no. This is fantastic. Alright, oh, Poliwrath. It had to be a Poliwrath, didn't it? My god. Oh, I think I have to re-randomize again. And just start this whole game again. Because N will always have a Poliwrath. Oh my goodness. Oh, well, I just lost this Nuzlocke already. Oh, and my small screen isn't sitting right. Hold on. No, that's not the one. I think I saw that, because otherwise I would have let it run out the way it is. How did that happen? No, that's that one. Oh, it's because it's sitting on top. Now I know what's going on. Because it's meant to be... There, sorry. It's freaking out. I'm going to be resetting in a second. Oh, Poliwrath straight away. Where's... Pokemon Black? Hang on, I'm just going to set this up properly because the way it's, I think so. Let me, tell you what, let me check. I have to, what I'll do is I'll restart regardless. But I think the way that the randomizer saves, like when it saves the randomization part, he will always have a Poliwrath. Let's find out. We'll just jump through this section, sorry. And I'm going to try and get that small Windows, this capture. Just going to try to get the... and I can't jump through it while I'm trying to edit the thing. Hang on. The small screen isn't being captured properly, and I've only just noticed, but it was earlier, but the way it's sitting is different, and I'm not sure why. So that's that one. If I turn that off, that's the main one. It's you. What about you? Ah, here we go. That's why. I don't know quite how that happened, but... And I need you to sit... Shoot. That's what's happened. I think. Sorry. It's very interesting while I'm doing this, so... Alright. Now this one... Right, now I can find out if N is doing that, and I'll find out in a second. Sorry about that. So, sorry, so backing up in the chat for a second so I can read, doing 6 years of psychology to get your master's, then 2 to 3 years of law school. Oh, okay, cool. Alright, that's a pretty big commitment to the schooling, but for what you're doing, of course, it's gonna be, yeah, gonna be a long journey. Like, kudos, mate. Like, it's a really cool field to be trying to go into. Still not quite the right size. Oh, that's why. Sorry, because I messed with it now. I'm gonna get annoyed when it's not sitting right. Right, that'll do. Let's find out. So if N has a Poliwrath here, I'll re-randomize the ROM really quickly and get that going. And if he doesn't have a Poliwrath here, then I'll just reset this ROM. But I think the way the randomizer works is that it randomizes everything, and it's considered a, like, in the game it's static, but it is random. So even though it's considered random, it's not as if so for instance, in the grass in the first route, I would encounter a Vanillite no matter what. Yep, he's always got a Poliwrath. All right. So I will just really quickly set up that. And now it's doing that thing again. Alright. Because you can hear it speeding up and slowing down. I'm actually getting really frustrated now. Yeah, just attack it. That's really funny. So I was always going to lose no matter what. Alright, I'm going to mute the... or at least turn down the music for a minute. While I deal with this randomizer. Man. Polyrath. Alright, so this will be the third time I've reset this, which is really quite funny when I think about it. Alright, we've got it running, open. Okay, can I actually mute this so that it's not... Yes, I can. Okay, so now we won't have the music just randomly sitting in there. So, okay, starters completely random, trainer Pokemon random, and wild Pokemon random. Save. This is really quite funny. And saved. Don't need to know that. Done. Close. Close ROM. Open ROM. Second randomizer. And we'll be starting again. Alright. Alright, so we're going to get this underway now and hope for the best because this is just hilarious at this point. Oh, and I can unmute the audio at this point because it shouldn't be as awkward as it was a minute ago. So you said the reason you even got into college was to try and play sports. Well, I mean, that's pretty cool too. Like the reality is if you're doing something that you love, I think that is always the best way to go. So like if sports was what you loved, then 100% that's what you go for kind of thing. What sport were you playing? Skip this as fast as possible. That's exactly that. I honestly I couldn't have planned this better. The only thing I wish is that I didn't stop streaming while I was trying to work out the thing because my reaction was perfect for the first starters. It was just so funny. I think I've got it recorded somewhere, so I might try and dig it out. To tweet out or something. That'd be really fun. Yep, KingBee. Yep, got potential. You're gonna give me Pokemon. Let's see. I mean, well, so I was using Siri to randomize the at first, but since you're in the chat, I'm gonna let you choose which Pokemon that I'm gonna pick at the beginning of this. So yeah, so it is slowing down a little bit here, but it's not too bad. So, and it is over quickly. I'm hoping that the baseball, that's cool. We don't have a huge baseball scene here in Australia, and I have to admit it's one of those ones that I'm like, I actually would love to know a lot more about baseball in general. It'd be super fun. But yeah, that's really cool, man. But totally get what you're saying, until, because honestly, I really do think that until you take school, until you know what you want to do, you won't take school seriously. And I know that's not necessarily true of everyone. I don't want to generalize too much, but I do understand that entirely. All right. So we have a starter in our selection: Squirtle, Electabuzz, and Armaldo. My gosh. Alright, I'm going to leave the decision up to you. So, Squirtle, Electabuzz, Armaldo. I will await your choice. But I think the best thing, like from everything you've said just in the chat so far, like, it's just awesome that you found something that you want to do, and that is like that's when you take it seriously. Like my biggest struggle for the past 6 months myself has been I'm doing something that I think I want to do, but I don't know what it is I want to do. Like I originally was going, I'm doing a Diploma of Science heading into Bachelor's degree in Biomedicine. And that's the path that I'm on, and I'm like, I'm positive I want to do this. Gotta go with Squirtle? Love it. Alright. Yes, we're picking Squirtle. Be a good challenge, I think. Yeah, so like, and I sat there thinking over the course of the last 6 months, like, this is what I want to do, but I don't know that I want, like, where I want to end up, and without knowing where I want to end up, it made it really hard to see the value in what I was doing at the time. So, like, and I think that's true for a lot of college and, like, university age students who, like, because you just end up going, but what am I going to do, or what do I want to do? And until you know that, it can be really hard to motivate yourself. So yeah, completely get where that side of things sort of comes from. Alright. Ooh, a Toxicroak! Oh, man. Look, I mean, you don't know until you know, and the Nuzlocke doesn't technically begin until you get Pokeballs. So I'm gonna hope that I can beat the Toxicroak anyway. But even if I faint, it doesn't count right now, because until I get Pokeballs, I can't start the challenge. Oh, that sucks. Ooh. Do I have anything that heals? I don't think you get healing items this early. Nope. That. I'm continuing with this regardless, because if I have to reset again, it's just going to be a really funny thing, and I don't want to do that. But I'm taking the stance that the Nuzlocke does not begin until you get Pokeballs, so I'm allowed to faint in the first battle. This is fantastic. Like I couldn't have written a better start to these Nuzlocks. Alright, so what's Charon gonna have? Let's see what Charon's got to face us. Yep, come on. Oh, I forgot to set the check speed again before the battles. That's okay, I'll set it straight after. What have you got, Charon? Send out. Rufflet. Okay, see, that's much more reasonable. I can fight a Rufflet. I mean, yeah, I mean, like, I could have set it so that the rivals had the same starter the whole way through, but I just randomized the whole lot. But I'm starting to think I should have, because maybe one of them would have taken Electabuzz, and I would have struggled the whole time. Yeah, biomedicine is, like, it is an interesting field. My perspective on it at the time, when I first was picking it and when I first applied, was to be going into pharmacology, and I specifically wanted to study biomedicine because, like, having that slight that greater understanding of the body and how, like, the biological aspect of it felt important to me. Hey, we won! I actually didn't think we would. Did he leer 3 times in a row? But yeah, the field itself is really broad, and that's kind of what I like about it. So initially I was thinking pharmacology because I'm really fascinated by, like, mental health. And, like, the thing that really got me thinking that I would do pharmacology in the first place was that I would do I was watching a live stream, a charity live stream, for some, and it was in honor of one of their friends who had committed suicide, and so they were talking to people about they were talking to the people from the charity about what they were going, like, you know, what they were aiming for and what they were trying to develop. And one of the things they were trying to develop was an instant medication, because one of the biggest issues in mental health medications is that we don't know what happens necessarily, so we can prescribe something to you and it might not be the right thing for you specifically. So they really look at, and it also might not work quickly. So even if it is the right thing, you might be waiting a month for it to really kick in, depending on what the medication is. And you know, everyone's got a different, I guess, a different perspective on that from a medical point of view. And obviously, it's you don't know what's, I guess you don't know what's going to happen. And so having, you know, in that period of time, especially if you're in a position where you go to the doctor and you want to get well, to have a delayed reaction to the medication, to even have 6-7 months, 2 years where you haven't gotten on the right medication, it's a big journey to go through when you're in a delicate mental state. So that's what really got me wanting to do it, is because I would love to work on something like that. That sort of fell off a little bit because the other side of it is, because I have my own mental health issues, and I found a good medication, things are going well, but you know, that was a year-long process for myself as well, and even the one I'm on now has significant impacts to my sleep, and it's fine. But I'd rather be on on this than the other ones. But putting that aside, like, it's not. Oops, hang on, Squirtle. I need a nickname, and then I'll finish what I was talking about. Comes Blastoise. What? I'm gonna call him Galapagos. I don't think that's an accurate name for him. Galapagos. Because I think that's a tortoise, not a turtle, but that's okay. I'm still calling him Galapagos. Yeah, so like, that's what really got me interested in it in the first place, and that's why I was thinking pharmacology. What I've found myself, though, is that what really makes everything go better is people and social interaction and learning, and like social interaction and being around people, but you know, in moderation, and having those actual support systems. And that's one of the hardest things in depression and anxiety and mental health. One of the difficult things it really is one of those difficult things to obtain and manage properly, especially in a world that's really busy. So when lockdown hit, and over lockdown, that's been one of the biggest problems and issues, and obviously between all of the various lockdowns and things that I live in Victoria in Australia, and that we've had some pretty hard long lockdowns over that time. Australia's done really well compared to the rest of the world, so don't hear me wrong, we are quite lucky, but at the same time, a lack of social interaction and so on caused a lot of further mental issues. And as I started to realize that there are other aspects of life that impact more than just the medication, I started to consider what other options I could do, because the medication didn't seem like that was going to be for my personal self. Oops, why did I go up? Because the medication itself didn't seem like it was going to be like the only solution. I started to think about what other solutions could possibly exist in the world, I guess. So, so what I'm thinking of focusing on now is more the neuroscience side of things, and to see how the brain works and what the brain does and that kind of thing. So that was the long-winded explanation of saying I was looking at pharmacology, and I'm now looking at some form of neuroscience. I don't think I have the patience or the ability to be a doctor, but it would be really cool to do a form of... Oh, right, sorry, this is the example. But it would be really cool to do something in the field that could actually impact and influence people, but I'm not quite sure how. But at least I have a concept in mind, so it's not just a situation where I'm going, all right, I am focusing only on, like, I'm focusing on the medication because that's the way, and that's going to work, and that's the thing that's like, because I just didn't have, essentially I found out that I clearly didn't have a passion for creating a medication, but I did have a passion for the mental health side of it, so learning more about that at least gives me a goal and a focus, even if I don't quite know the end goal yet. By knowing that that's where, by knowing that that's what is going to help me hopefully find something that helps, whether it's, and this is sort of stuff I've been thinking about the last few weeks, whether it's to try and start an initiative, whether it's to try, start something that sort of works within that realm, like of trying to do something more connected, but not just, how do I say it? More connected to, but not just the medication aspect, the more I can hopefully move forward in that area. So the funny thing is, it's still not an answer, but at least I've identified the area of passion, the area of desire, which is something in mental health. So knowing and understanding what's in the background and using bioscience as that, like, leaping off point, that was what I really focused on. Really focused on. So yeah, and it's been pretty cool. So far, I'm halfway through the course, and I've done, like, the primary, like, essentially first and second biology, first chemistry, and the essentials in bioscience. So I'm halfway through, and I've got to do, because of going into bioscience, I need to do physics. Ooh, an Umbreon. Ooh. Yeah, so challenge starts now. As a side note, if we faint now, then we've start losing. Yeah, so biology is probably what really got me. Like, this past semester, like, we just finished exams a couple of weeks ago. The results came out this past Tuesday, and I got a high distinction in the second biology. So I'm actually super stoked, and think that, like, it kind of really does prove to me that I can go into that area and that there is an interest enough in that area. Yeah, man, and I completely agree with you. Like, and that's what I completely agree with. If it's something that you sit there and go, I'm passionate about the area, I think this is true for most college students, if not all. Once you've found that passion, it gives you that drive. It gives you a reason to do even the hard things, because school is not always as glamorous as we might want to think it is, I guess, because it is really difficult. And I have to admit, I came back to it personally after. So let's see, what am I came back to it when I'm 32 now. I came back to schooling when I was 31, and I was in my industry therefore for 13 years before coming back, and it's just a completely different perspective. I'm gonna hit it one more time. I'm not gonna hit it again though. I don't like the critical hit. Umbreon. Any ideas on the nickname for an Umbreon? It's the moonlight Pokemon or something, isn't it? So, because I know it evolves because of friendship at night. So maybe something in that theme. Moonlight. I was right. Moonlight Pokemon. What are we gonna call you? I should come up with a theme for all of these, for all of the nicknames. Then it actually gets easier. Like, locations in the world is the first thing I think of, but I have no idea what sort of connects Moonlight to locations in the world. Because I call Squirtle Galapagos. What's known for, like, really great nighttime skies? Oh, I have no idea. What could we name it? You know what? I'm just gonna call it Mooney. I don't want to be lazy in my nicknaming, but Nightmare. Oh, that would have been so much better. Ah, I wish I'd waited a few more seconds. Dang it. Nightmare is awesome. Where's the name rater in this game? I might have to go change that one. Nightmare is so good. I'm sorry I didn't wait. Yeah, and that's a good thing to do as well. Take the time off and figure out what you want to do. Like for me, I actually lucked out and went into an industry I loved. I loved for a long time. Eventually, it did wear me out and wear me down. I work in the entertainment industry. Outside of it, sorry, I should walk around. I think I might just go to the next area because I am fairly damaged and I'll heal up. Like I lucked out. I just happened to luck out and go into an area that I really enjoyed. But yeah, I honestly believe taking that time, like we put so much pressure in society and in schooling on people when they're just finishing up like their senior years, and it's just like I wonder how I as an adult I look back on it and go how much pressure you're under at that time. I know I just lucked out personally, but you know there are so many pathways into the different areas, and if you don't know what you want to do, then it's going to be even more stressful when you're doing your final exams and getting your final grades and figuring out where you want to apply and what you want to do. Like it's like I got to give full credit to people who come out the other side and are okay with it, because we put so much pressure on them. Yeah, teenagers, exactly. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. And look, I think I'm hopeful that sort of stuff is starting to change around in the world a little bit, because we are becoming more aware of the fact that you might, especially in the generations that are coming up, because of the sheer amount of change that is happening in the world, people will change what they want to do a few times in their life. So I think I'm thinking and hopeful that it's sort of going to start trending backwards a little, where we go, oh, we understand that at this stage in life you might not know what you want to do for the rest of your life, but go into something that you think but you should be trying things, which I fully believe. I fully believe you also need to try things as well, which is often hard. Like, again, as someone who was in the industry that I was in for 13 years, like I found it really difficult to try anything. Going into, I'm gonna actually grind up a little bit because I know. Am I allowed to grind, or are they gonna force me to go and look at the plaza? No, I can grind. So I'm just gonna grind a little bit, because if N's got a level 7 Pokemon, just don't wanna faint straight away when I fight N. Yeah, like I found it really difficult to go and just try new things, because it means something really different to go and try something as a single adult that lives on his own, and is responsible for his own finances and everything. Because if I try something and it doesn't work out, then I'm out of it. Oh, I can't use Bubble on a grass type. Let's just laugh at my mistakes. I think they're the best. Yeah, so so my greatest advice to people is just to try something, and try early if you can, but it's not always that simple. So you just have to try. Like sometimes it is just that simple. Oh, that would have been fun. A baby Pokemon. That's really cool. Mantyke's a nice one. So what made you decide to do psychology and law? Like, what was the draw for you for doing those particular courses? I'm actually quite grateful for what we can find in this grass, because if it's Umbreon, Mantike and Karubi, we should be able to fight them and gain some experience without feeling, oh my gosh, a Flygon! Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm pretty sure he's ground dragon, so Bubble should do it. Oh, I didn't change. I've got to change the style to to set as well. I forgot about that. I've got to change the style to set for the Nuzlocke. I mean, he's hit me relatively hard, but not too hard. And he's level 2, right? So, yeah. Level 2 Flygon's probably not gonna hurt, but you never know. Especially if he's using Sand Tomb. My god, a Flygon. This does remind, like, the way things are going, it's so funny. So I'm not tapping on the mic. Psychology, because you wanted to help yourself and family psychological states. Yep. Yeah, I totally get that, hey. Like, when you see that. Oh, look, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Oh, look, I think if everyone's having a good time, that's all that matters. Yeah, I totally get that, hey, because you especially when you see it in others around you and in yourself, it's a good motivation to try and learn something, hey, and to try and see what you can maybe figure out, hey. Flygon. Okay, I'm gonna be. I don't think Mantine can hurt me enough, and I'll swap over to Umbreon to raise Umbreon up in a second. I reckon that's the way to go. Alright. I'll get him to level 9. I don't want to over-level too much. Like, obviously you don't want to make it too easy a challenge, but I also don't want to faint to ends. Deal with your own fair share of mental disorders and issues, and as long as you understand what's going on, it can be a little easy to control. I do agree with you on that one. A mate of, like, one of the people in my study group actually suffers from ADHD, and you know, he tells the story. He's given me permission to talk about this sort of stuff in general. So like, I'm not sharing it, I'm sharing it with permission kind of thing. But he kind of didn't accept that he had ADHD for the longest time. Like, he had it as a kid, and then he was like, nope, I'm better, and refused to accept it. As he started to learn about it properly and accept that he had it, that was when he could really start to take control. Like, the medication helps, but it's the understanding of how his mind works. He says that's how it really made it possible to deal with it and learn that there's ways around. Oh, you got it as well. Right, there you go. He's a really interesting guy, actually, because and I'm sure you are as well. Like, because it's one of those things where you go, wow, the way your mind works with ADHD is just so different. But at the same time, it's not that it's different. It's more that it functions in a different way. And so, like, the way he describes it, he goes, there's like 16 different things vying for your attention at any one time. Like, you can jump between those things a lot. Like, to the point where sometimes for him to focus, he'll have like a TV show on in one ear while he's studying and talking to us at the same time, and that makes him focus, like, whether he's on his medication or not. And it's kind of great, like, and that's just all understanding that if your mind is that occupied, then it helps the focus, which is, I thought was, like, as someone who doesn't have ADHD, I go, oh, that's unusual, but at the same time, like as you're saying, understanding it means that you can start to control it and see how to deal with it. Okay. Flygon again. So, I have potions now. I can't just heal him. Look, I'm just going to bubble. Flygood is so equal on stats that it's not as if I could swap between physical or special either. Yeah, like a beehive. That's a good analogy, actually. I like that one. Studying bees, just for the fun of it, has actually been something that I've been liking recently, just for the lols of it. And yeah, there's so much activity that goes on in a beehive, and yet it's so well organized as a as a system. It's crazy, yeah. And so that's how I think it's actually kind of like, that's probably a really good way of putting it. Like, that's like your brain, like the like, again, kind of based on what my friend has been telling me about ADHD. It is organized. It's just that you have to, and everything has its like roles almost. Like your brain does things like that, but it's exactly like a beehive. It's so busy, but it's not that you can't. It's not that you can't. I'm not phrasing it well. It's not that there's not order, or order is it's capable of being ordered. I'm really saying this badly. I'm very sorry. But you know, obviously you, as someone who has it yourself, you understand. You know what goes on in. I probably should have just, now that I think about it, I should have switch trained instead of getting. Oh crap. Yeah, okay. I'm running away. Yep, that's not happening. No. We were gonna die. Sonic Boom? That's as bad as something having Dragon Rage. Like, just... I don't think you're supposed to run away in a Nuzlocke. Well, I won't anymore.